Hi, Falcons. It's already December. Yay! And everyone is really waiting for the winter break. But there's always science in the winter break, correct? So, what uh, are we doing for the month of December before the winter break, right? So, this is it. For many, the C in the science can mean Christmas, right? Or it can mean Corona, right? But for me, it's more on this like, keep calm and let's look forward to enjoying the time with the family and friends, of course. Now, this is a nice activity for December. I call it the KBI challenge. KBI would stand for Kids Boost Immunity. So, this is a wonderful program that is tied up with UNICEF Canada. So, you can think of the assignment as a quiz, right? So for every quiz that the student passes, or every time you get correct answers in the quiz, KBI gives a vaccine donation to UNICEF Canada. So, of course, UNICEF Canada would always go for helping out the third world countries, right? So, exactly KBI. So this is now the site that you would go into later on. It would be kidswithimmunity.com. So you're going to register as a student. Now what I have here, what I'm sharing now with the class would be the teams that I've created. So as a teacher, let's see, I have my own teams already, and I divided it into six. I have the three homerooms for team courage, the three homerooms for team humility. That would be 789 humility, 789 courage. So, all in all, I would be having six teams. So, these teams were going to compete against each other. Okay. So, how would that look like? Okay. So, let's see if I have this. Get into the next. So each homeroom, all of the students are encouraged to just sign up as a student, read the material, and answer the questions for every paragraph or a set of paragraphs there. So if a team or a homeroom would garner the most correct answers, that homeroom would be ranked number one. And everyone registered in that homeroom gets 50%. So each student gets the shared mark. Now, there are 16, so that would mean 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Now, don't be worried by if you're the lowest in the leaderboard. But who knows? Yeah, you're a very good student, and probably you are number one in your homeroom, so you get the 50%. So 5 plus 50, that would mean 55% for you, which is already a pass mark. So the other 50% would come from the student effort or score. So if the student gets maybe a score 40 and above, then you get 50%, 30 to 39, you'll get 40%. So even 1 to 9, if you have that score, that low score, you get 10%. So 10% plus whatever would be your homeroom standing. So if your class is rank 1, so that would be 50 plus 10, you get the 60. Okay? Now, while KBI focuses on bacteria versus viruses, nothing is as relevant as the focus on the COVID 19 virus. You know that very well. And I'm always a big fan of these sources. The Johns Hopkins University in the States, particularly its COVID tracker. This is the one that's being used by newscasters. Now, locally, I have BAM, or the Biomedical Association of Manitoba, or on the international level, I have here WHO or the World Health Organization. So you might wonder, what is the COVID 19 virus track all about? Again, for those who were with me, grade 8 and grade 9s last spring, there was a Google assignment on this. So this is in the moment, at the moment tracking of the coronavirus worldwide. So depending on what you click on, so if I click on the US, this would be its current global status. So for that country, so there are now around 270,000. So if you focus on this, so let me just pull out my focus light here. So there it is. So if you have a friend maybe in Brazil, so you can just click on Brazil and it would just update the map or the data accordingly. So it would say, oh, you have this number here, and so on. So this is a very nice tracker. I will just put it up in Google Classroom so that you can have an assignment based on this. Okay, so that is what it is with that tracker. Now, there's so many questions surrounding coronavirus, and as a student or children, right? A good question to ask would be, are children or students COVID 19 spreaders? So it says here, anyone infected with COVID 19 can transmit the virus to another person, including children and adults. Evidence suggests symptoms of COVID 19 in children or students are much milder than in adults, but the level of transmissibility through children remains unknown. So, when it comes to children or students and COVID 19, research has shown that children who have either had or been around someone with COVID 19 may experience MISC or multisystem inflammatory syndrome in children. You might wonder, what is that, Ms. F? So, multisystem inflammatory syndrome in children is a condition where different body parts can become inflamed, including the heart, lungs, kidneys, brain, skin, eyes, or gastrointestinal organs. Now, this MIC-C can be serious, even deadly, but most children who are diagnosed have recovered with treatment. So lucky you, you're young, you're resilient. So the effect maybe on children or students are milder compared to us adults, especially with somebody like Miss F, who is uh, kind of not okay because I have my own underlying medical condition, right? So I'm really, really uh, big time asthmatic, which is not good, right? Now, the cause of MIC or how it relates to COVID 19 remains to be investigated, and researchers are working diligently to find answers. In addition to our schools opening up, the weather in Manitoba has taken a snowy turn with the change of seasons from our beautiful fall into winter. Most Manitobans are scheduling their flu vaccine at this time of the year. But with the presence of COVID, one might ask, is it still important to get your flu vaccine? That's a hanging question there. But a better question would be, what can we do in the meantime that we don't have yet the corona vaccine? I encourage everyone to have the flu vaccine as advised by the World Health Organization. But then, why is it important to get a flu vaccine every year? So listen, viruses mutate or changes from year to year. Therefore, the vaccine you may have gotten last season, last year, might not be as effective over time against new strains of the flu. In order to remain protected against influenza or the flu, it is important to get the flu vaccine each year. Now, even me personally, this is my very first time to get the flu vaccine because I'm really afraid because a virus or a vaccine, listen to this, people, is attenuated. What does it mean? It's a weakened version of the actual virus. So it's just maybe a sleeping virus that is injected in the form of a vaccine. And hopefully, in time, our own immune system will be able to fight off that weakened virus and able to fight it off. But science would say that there's also the possibility that instead of you being immune to the virus, your system can be the perfect habitat for that virus and it can thrive or it can survive. That's the downside of things. But that is what science is all about. We kind of experiment and hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will turn out fine. But notice that nothing is released really if it's not safe for the general public. So every vaccine, as far as science is concerned, is safe and everyone is encouraged to have it. So take the flu shot, everyone. Okay. So I think that's the thing with all of this talk about the flu vaccine, and maybe you might be interested in some of the latest development now. So, what is this? This is looks like a dog. It is a dog, right? So, let's see what's happening worldwide. So, did you know scientists are training dogs to detect signs of the novel coronavirus in human sweat? Interesting, right? So, they put a name to this experimental dog. It's called, he has a name, Floki, a Springer Spaniel that scientists at the University of Adelaide in Australia are training to detect signs of coronavirus infection in human sweat. Interesting, right? So let's see what happens with that later on. Okay, so I think it would now be the time for you guys to start exploring KBI, and I want you to log in and sign in as a student. And you will note later on that it will ask, so let us just, while I'm here already, let me just get into this. Let's say I am a student. I log in as a student. Okay, log in as a student, or maybe I need to log out first, right? Because I'm logged in as Miss Fallon. So let's see what I have here. Okay, so as I've said earlier on, I have all the six teams competing against each other. Okay, so if I click, for instance, on a grade 7 team, you all have you all have different. It will ask really this one, the team registration code. So it's easy to remember it. Like you have my last name, Valorant 316 COVID away. So if I have the 315, it would say Valorant 315 dash 315 COVID away. If I have the 306, Valorant hyphen 306 COVID away. If I have 307, Valorant hyphen 307 COVID away. If I have the 313, that would be Valorant hyphen 313 COVID away, or if I have the 309, that would be Valorant hyphen 316 COVID away. So this would be the team registration. So I will put this team registration code in the stream at some point, right? But let's go on with the registration as a student, okay? So here I'm logged in, so I need to log out. I hope you can see that. Let me just focus again on this one, okay? So you need to sign up, right, as a new user. So I am a student. So make sure you are there, right? And then what else? You have your first name and last name for, please, your real name and your real last name. And the team registration code would be different, right, for each class. And then the password is yours. So please do not forget your password. I have no access to your password. So remember the password that you're going to use and then click create a new account. And there you go. You would be uh, going through the lesson, right? And you would be guided accordingly. So I think it would be exciting for you to try this out, right? And let's really enjoy our remaining times together. Who knows? We might just see each other this way in the new year. But in any case, I want to wish everyone a safe winter break instead of saying just happy holidays, everyone, or Merry Christmas, everyone. I think I would just say safe holidays, everyone. Take care of yourself, and let's all look forward to 2021. Okay? So, bye for now. Thank you, Falcons.